welcome to you all, June's meeting. And do we have any apologies for absence? We are missing Roger.
No one's notified me.
Right.
His attendance came yesterday when I spoke to him, so I got away late.
Well, obviously he can get himself in. And no one online. So. Okay. Declarations of interest. Any of you have any declarations in regards to the planning applications?
I've got one, Mike. It's the Pleasant Village on 26P 1016. That's it. As I live there.
Yep. Thank you for that. Tim, one of the TPOs is in Nor Road. It's not the Norwood Lodge, is it? I thought perhaps it was. Well, this one is 72. Yeah. So we'll take that as a declaration of interest in as far as you're employed there. Right.
Which was the number?
This is
First one was 1016.
Pleasant Village.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Minutes from the last meeting. Do you remember them? Quite short. Any comments in relation to those? Are you happy to receive those as a full record of last month's meeting? Proposed? Yeah. Paul, seconded. Tim? Yeah, all in favour? Okay. Thank you. To receive the chair's report, a couple of things then to mention. One is the submission of North Somerset's local plan 2041, which has gone to the inspector. And here's Roger. Well done. Yeah, I know. I just closed it because we have members of the public. No problem. Good to see you. Thank you. So there's that. Also, I'll mention that the BSIP High Street has gone into public consultation phase, and that's until June the 26th. And I'm thinking that, yes, I'll make a comment on behalf of PTC in relation to in my view, the omission of some of the parking spaces outside Oxfam, the poacher. In my view, there's still room for a bus gate and one, if not two, parking bays there.
So, sorry, Mike, did you ascertain whether there's currently less parking spaces than there is once they've done the work?
Yeah, I think there probably is a reduction of about 2.
Yeah.
Overall. Are there any other comments that you would wish to make on behalf of PTC? David?
Can we I found it really hard to navigate the maps that they said associated with the car parking changes. I mean,
being polite is impossible.
Can we just ask them explicitly whether or not there are more, or I didn't think there were more, but there are possibly fewer, as you say.
I think 2.
Can we ask them that question?
Yeah. Okay. Right, noted. Right. So, moving on to item 6 on the agenda, public participation. Would you like to speak on behalf of your planning application? The planning application that you've come to talk to. If you'd just swing that one of the mics around and bring a chair forward. Sorry, I should have prepared this beforehand. Invitation, which is 0982, halfway down the following page.
0996.
Oh, sorry, yes. I apologize.
So what they're proposing.
If you could just tell us who you are.
Oh, sorry. Paul Twiggs. I live in the wheelhouse next door to Invision. So what they're proposing is to put a terrace basically and access from their upper bedroom onto a terrace on top of the sort of first floor extension. So the top of that terrace is basically above our roof line. So in effect, they'll be looking straight down on top of our roof, straight down onto the front of our garden, straight down onto our decking at the back of the house, and straight down onto the back garden. I've sort of gone out there and looked at it, and it's a very tall property anyway. Plus we're on a slope, so obviously they're above us, we're down below. It's a tall property in itself. If it was on level land, it would be above us anyway. But because of the slope, they're miles above us. So this terrace will be, well, sky high basically compared to our property. As I say, above our kind of roof line. Now there kind of reasons for making it a minor material change, is it? Yeah. Is that it has very little effect on our privacy, you know, because there's a hedgerow there. There's some trees, they claim, plus the views will be kind of over onto the top of our roof and towards the estuary. But obviously there's nothing, because the hedgerow is down below the level of our roof and their terrace is above the level of our roof line. Obviously they're looking down over the top of the hedgerow. So the hedgerow does nothing at all. So it's going to be a massive effect on our privacy. Yeah.
Fine, thank you very much. When we come to discuss it, which we'll do shortly, then I can read out some of the actual statement that they put in as part of their NMA.
Exactly. It claims the you know, our privacy is not affected. So which is not the case, you know.
Yeah.
So
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, councillors. I'll go on to the planning applications. We'll bring that one up to the top of the agenda. So 0996 Invershin Belton Road, and it's a non-material application, which I'll read out. The previous application was in 2024, which was the demolition of the existing dwelling and garage and construction of one new dwelling and garage, which solicited quite a number of comments online, which included, I have the figure here, 17 objections, I think, and a few approved, you know, supporting comments. So it's to allow for the addition of a glazed balustrading to the single-story parapet roof to create a terrace access from the master bedroom, which we just heard about, and replacement of an approved roof light with a window to the main bathroom to the front elevation, replacement of an approved rear roof light to the rear-facing dressing room window. The statement, some of you have probably read this, the impact on the neighbouring amenity, the house on the quite a bit lower. The neighbouring property most closely associated with the proposed terrace is the adjacent bungalow, which is yours, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's incorrect. To the north, this neighbouring dwelling is single-story in nature, positioned at a lower level relative to the application site, correct? Orientated such that only its narrowest elevation faces towards the terraced area. Yeah. There are established hedgerow and small trees between the neighbouring gardens, providing privacy. Importantly, there are no windows within this elevation directly facing the proposed terrace. Due to the level differences, orientation and relationship between the properties, the terrace would primarily afford views over the neighbouring roofscapes and beyond towards the wider estuary and sea views rather than towards neighbouring private amenity spaces. As such, it is not considered that the proposed terrace would result in any material overlooking, loss of privacy or unacceptable impact upon neighbouring residential amenity. Right. Clearly it does. We feel, I personally feel that this is more than a non-material amendment and it should be a full planning application because it's a substantial change to the dwelling David, you've been out there. Would you like to make a comment in terms of what you visually saw and felt?
Just to agree with your assessment, Mike, I was actually quite shocked that the neighbours hadn't been notified that this had been put in as a planning application. I think looking at the property, it's clear that what was just going to be a flat roof now is planned to be a terrace, is going to be overlooking the neighbour's garden. There's also an additional, I think in the original plans, there were plans for just a window on the corner of the master bedroom. They've now included a door to give access, obviously, to that new space. So I'm concerned that it's been put in as a minor amendment, a non-material amendment, that people haven't been informed and that it does interfere with privacy. So I think on those grounds we should object.
Fine. So we'll object on those, on the fact that we feel that this is more than a non-material amendment. Seconded, with the ancillary involvement in, as David described, sort of quite material changes to the planning, the original planning application, 2024.
Right. Could we also ask that other neighbours are notified of this? I know it largely concerns one person, but given the number of objections you've just described, it seems that
Originally, yeah.
other people should be notified that this change has been put in.
Yeah. Which there's only the one at the moment, isn't there? Which is presumably the one that you've submitted. Yeah. So
That's because no one else knows about it.
exactly. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. This is obviously a remiss of the planning department down at North Somerset. I mean, we don't make the final judgment on this. I mean, we're just making advice to North Somerset. Well, thanks to David going around there. Okay, we're all in favour of that, are we? Any further comments from any of you?
Just to add that it's obviously full of inaccuracies as well. So perhaps we should, perhaps we should just let North Somerset know that it's a misleading and inaccurate application, so that.
Exactly what Paul is saying, just going off of the application and taking their word as truth and not having any comments or anything until last night about it online as well, that would have gone through as a no objection, but misleadingly. So yeah, that wasn't very nice.
All right, good. Thank you. Thanks for coming in and being with us tonight.
Yeah, you're welcome to stay or welcome to go, whatever you want. Okay, all right.
Just push the doors out. Right, 1046, 23 the Garstons, proposed erection of a single story front extension to the existing detached dwelling. Now, I don't particularly have an objection to this proposal because the precedent's already been set next door, but I do object on the grounds that all the facing brickwork, which is prevalent along the street, is being covered up by this cladding. So that's my personal view.
I'd back you up on it for exactly the same reasons. Doesn't affect the rest of the street, does it? It's not.
No, it's a fiberboard cladding which will cover all that original brickwork. Further comments from any of you? So I'm personally proposing an objection on the grounds that it's changing the aspect of the street scene. Is that all right? Thank you.
All in favour?
All in favour of that? Abstaining? One abstention. Objecting. 1023 Waterside Park. Now, when you put these online, I was a bit shocked because suddenly I saw the wrong picture being put there. And I thought, my goodness, they're really changing this into a two-story house. certificate of lawful development for the alterations to the existing property works to include the demolition of the existing front conservatory and rear garden room and installation of rear window and resulting wall behind. Replacement of flat roof, monopitch roof at the side of the property and re-roofing, including new tiles, felt and battens, installation of solar panels to the front roof slope and insertion of a new window to the front elevation, replacement of front and rear doors and alteration to external finishes. I didn't have an objection to this. And I felt it was perfectly fine within the street scene because it's surrounded, it's one of a row of bungalows, isn't it? Would someone like to propose no objection? Yeah, right. All in favour of no objection. Thank you. Carried. And the next one is Wren Gardens 1014. Proposed erection of a single story front full application front porch extension. The property is tucked away and doesn't have any immediate neighbours which will get affected by this.
It's fine to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, happy. No objection. Carried. (1016) Fedden Village. Now we had this one. I think we did. Yeah, we're all carried unanimously. Listed building, as you know, and this is it's come back again. We had it a couple of months ago. It got rejected by North Somerset Council, so they've just come back now on the south-facing roof, which is the one facing the street, but you can't see it. So, Paul, do you want to make any comments in view of the fact that you pass it frequently?
Yeah, actually, it's the same elevation. We're south facing before. The objection from North Somerset was there wasn't enough information about the listed building status and whether it would impact. So the Fedden Village have had to go and commission a report by an independent company, a heritage company, to basically tell them that it's not going to impact it. It's basically on the elevation that faces Knoll Road. Mm-hmm. So you can't see it from the sea. In order to see it, you'd have to walk into the courtyard and look up like that. And to be honest, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's a listed building. I know the roof is listed. It's the. So clearly, yeah, it's a very. To me, it's sympathetic to the whole of the main building. Obviously, it's a very large expanse, so it would actually generate a lot of solar.
And we didn't object last time around, did we? Yes, Roger.
Just to say exactly that, we didn't object last time, and I propose that we don't object this time.
Mm-hmm.
We should just strongly support it. I think 9 residents have written in support. It just seemed like a no-brainer. But if it's for kind of procedural reasons and they've been overcome, that's great.
Yeah. Proposed, Paul? Oh, you're
sorry.
abstaining on this one. Yes. David, seconded by Roger. All in favour, yeah. Thank you. 1003, full application, households from 15 to the Deans, demolition of the existing conservatory and garage and proposed erection of a 2-story side extension, garage and associated works. Neighbouring properties done this, as have others in the Deans. Any comments from any of you? It balances the house up nicely, in my view. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's for those who haven't seen it. So there's the original, and there's what they want to propose.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
I think it looks better, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Would you like to propose no objection?
Yeah, no objection.
Seconded by Marianne, all in favour of no objection. All right, thank you. Okay, the next one we've dealt with. So we move on to 0982. Household full application, 10 Kilkenny, proposed ground floor extension to the north. That's the rear of the property, combined with refurbishment of this existing balcony fenestration. Again, we've dealt with this before. There were objections before on sort of neighbourhood access grounds and things. I don't think we fundamentally objected to the actual application itself. And this is more really very similar, if not virtually the same as what we saw before. David? It is within the conservation area.
It's slightly confusing, this one, because they're asking for permission again for a conservatory at the bottom, and they've already got approval for that. They've just employed a different architect. There's an objection online from one of the neighbours who is concerned that the amended plans for the conservatory are no different from the previous ones, and just looking at the measurements, they seem to be more or less the same. Their other concern is that part of the proposal is to replace metal barriers on the balconies with glass panels, and that interferes with the aesthetics of the building when seen from Nor Road and elsewhere, because it's a row of houses with similar balconies, all of which have got single bars across them, and this application is to change that. So I think the objection raised online raises some important points, which I think we should point the planning officer to.
I agree, because it's in a conservation area, so they should be the same as what as all the other ones.
And why don't you just quickly check on Google Earth whether you can in fact see these balconies from Nor Road? Can they be seen from Nor Road? Because they're quite elevated, but quite a distance away.
You know, they're not obviously prominent.
No, they're not, are they? And have none of the others replaced?
So
With
I haven't had a
glass?
chance to look at this one, but the person whose objections say that's not, so that the wording is, I strongly object to the two upper balconies being changed from black railings to glass, as this will alter the line and appearance of the terrace houses as per original build. Railings don't spoil our view out of the channel. When the houses were built and planning permission granted, they were to have a specific design in keeping with the conservation area. They say it can be seen from Nor Road and the lake. Can be seen from Nor Road and the lake grounds. I think that concern is quite subtle.
Has anyone picked it up on Google Earth?
Yeah.
Street view. I mean, I'm a little surprised that they haven't all, others haven't all changed them to glass, because of course it gives more protection to anyone being out on the balcony, doesn't it? Sorry, Roger.
So Kilkenny Place, that's the old Bay Hotel car park, yeah? For any of us who've been here long enough for that one. And it's not on the, it's on the seaward side, yeah? And there's a large block of flats in front of them, with balconies with glass things on them, and from the road that blocks your view. You'd be hard pushed to find a spot on that road where you could see the ones behind it.
Yeah, I think I agree about this.
That's what I've got. I don't know if you've got the same things. But that's that block of flats on the corner that's built in front of Kilkenny Place.
Yeah, we can't.
Bayview Terrace or whatever I don't even know what it's called now, but yes.
We can
Go one further that way. It's just, if we could look up there. Yeah. You go a bit further along?
This one?
That way. Yeah.
We can't pick it up on here, is it? Was I at the back end of these things? It's on the looking at no road. One of the old houses. Yeah.
Well, frankly, you can't really see them, can you?
No, no.
So we're looking at that. That's it there, isn't it?
Don't know.
Which is subtle.
Hard to see. Little balcony here.
Sounds to me like we're sort of splitting hairs here, really,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I
And
mean,
the
Looks like it.
properties in front have got the
Yeah.
glass balconies as well. So it does feel like that's probably not a good enough reason
hmm,
to turn it down, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's pretty flat. Looking at it here.
So are we proposing a no objection on this?
Yeah.
Thank you. Seconded by Tim. All in favour of no objection? Abstaining, David's abstaining. 2 abstentions. Right. 0970 FUH on 82 North Road, demolition of the existing attached garage and proposed erection of a double-storey side extension to provide additional living accommodation. Again, a bit like the Deans, I felt this balanced the house up. That's my view. Do we have it up there? Yeah. Any comments from anyone?
All right.
Any
Fine then.
proposal for no objection? Tim? Seconded, Martin, all in, no objection all round? Yep, all round. 0958 FUH 290 Down Road, proposed demolition with the existing conservatory, erection of a 2-storey side extension, single-storey rear extension, canopy front porch and rear dormer with front roof lights, creation of a raised rear patio. Again, I felt that this didn't have any detrimental effect on the property and didn't affect the neighbours. Any comments from anyone?
It's fine by me.
Proposer for no objection. Roger seconded. Marianne, no objection all round. Yep. Trees. Any comments in relation to the number of tree applications we've received?
No comment on the applications, but just on the number.
It's a lot of dead trees.
Yeah.
Are we in favour of no objection all round then, right through the list? Okay. They do. Right, in that case, we'll move on to the late planning applications, of which there are 1 or 2, which we can discuss and pass on to next month or put through tonight. Right, so I have planning in principle on 0979, which is in the rear garden of the house on Battery Lane. Did anyone have a view of this one? Did you see it online? It's causing objections from neighbours on Lake Road, understandably. It's a planning in principle, and it's because the property on Battery Lane has a very thin slither after its garden surrounding the house, slither down onto Lake Road, in which sits a garage of approximately 3 to 4 meters wide, and they wish to demolish that and put a property in there, a house in there. Now, you will recall that with Glenorchy, they proposed a very similar application, which obviously got rejected because it was pushing the boat out. And this isn't dissimilar, really. Tim, I'm sure you've already been contacted by 1 or 2 property owners on Lake Road. Oh, well, I have. So it's bubbling around. I think probably we'll defer this one, or do we just say no outright? We, in principle, planning in principle, we object to it.
I think we should object because of Glenorchy, to be honest. we objected to that, we can't not object to this, really, can we? Because it's a similar thing.
There's a planning history behind this particular application.
there?
Yes, it's not the first time that this has come to planning applications. Okay,
Yeah.
we object then in principle. So that was 0979. We've got one which is in relation to 1048 over the roads, AOC, in terms of the works program for Petersfield and the application coming in from the builders, Churchill Homes. 1918 was the full application, which got approved a couple of years ago, I should think now. So they're planning to start the works there, and this is in relation to the works program, the arrival of lorries and site, this, that, and the other. So it's a construction environmental and management plan, which is called KEMP. And it provides info to ensure the development works are organized and delivered in a manner that instigates and safeguards the highway impact and the highway safety and the amenity of the area and the surroundings of the development site. Now, they say that it will be up to 30 workers at any one time. There'll be a small tower crane. I've already told Mike Mac that it will have implications on the folk hall car park, possibly, because there's no on-site parking. They are trying to encourage their workers to turn up on the bus, to cycle, or to work, or to walk. So, and it would be a proposed 18 months construction period. And it's quite detailed, the whole planning report that they're putting in. And they will take measures to protect any trees on site that are being kept. So I don't think we have any objection to that, because clearly it's going to happen, and it has to happen in a way that is well managed, which I'm sure that they're used to doing at Churchill Homes, because they're popping up all over the country, aren't they?
Can we put something in about our car park not being used?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. I mean, maybe it would be just a word of mouth to the.
They'd like to pay some money to use it.
Oh, don't let's go down that route. Right. Okay, so we'll agree to that one then. Was there another one? I think 1073 5 Goldcrest. It was LDP, and it constitutes permitted development under Schedule 2, Part 1. Oh, am I getting a bit lost here? Garage is one of a pair. Oh yeah, that's right. It rings a bell now. So the house itself is set back, and it has a garage which is attached to another garage, and then a duplication of the same house. And they want to change that garage into a room and brick it up and remove the garage door. I have a kind of a view, but I want to hear what you think in terms of how that will then appear in terms of the house, garage, house as one continual run of development. It breaks the symmetry. I don't like it.
I didn't really see any substantial plans to view. I think for me it was difficult to see because I didn't think they actually gave a planning. I don't think the plan looked very good, or was anything that could real images to view really. And I think they just mentioned something about just a window or something like adding.
Oh yeah, you're
and
quite
taking
right.
the door
You're
away.
quite right. Yes.
And I just think they just want to use it as extra dwelling.
I've run out of juice on my.
And they want to just, I think it looks like they just want to create extra room space and dwelling space, but they haven't really given any plan to show us what it's going to look like. So.
David?
I'm going to look at this. So they're losing the garage, but they say they've still got parking space for two cars
Yes.
because it's a long drive.
Yeah.
It's not a conservation area, so
No.
I'm not sure I'm worried about symmetry too much, to be honest. I thought to me it looks okay.
Okay.
Loads of houses around there have done it.
Oh, I know I don't stand on strong grounds here.
It's going to go ahead whether we object or not, to us.
Okay.
Well, no, the plan is not the plan, it's just.
Well, look, why don't we just say no objection, subject to the neighbouring properties' view on the matter?
Yeah.
Oh, unanimous, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think any others on that late application list? I think that was it. Oh, that was last month. That was the flat upstairs, which they're presumably doing now. There's a skip outside in the car park at the back. Then you've got your list of what they approved in last month. Agenda item number 11 is the highways improvement request, which was received for the double yellows up South Road on the left-hand side as you leave the nursery and go up, which is causing kind of traffic congestion issues. So the double yellows stop just as you kind of sweep into the bend, and it impairs visibility going up South Road. And David has requested that it's extended to the top, to the junction. David.
Yeah, I mean, a resident contacted me about 2 months ago now about this, and there were concerns that you can, in theory, park on both sides of the road, and it's become quite a major thoroughfare to access, the new build further along South Road. There was the sort of asymmetry in the double yellows as you come off Station Road, so they're longer on one side than the other. So as a minimum, the person was suggesting we extend the double yellows are extended on both sides. But his request as it's come through actually is for double yellows right the way along South Road up to the roundabout, which to me seems very reasonable. And I'd be happy to support it.
Yes, it's certainly accepted that on the other side of the road, people are parking there frequently, aren't they?
It's a difficult road to navigate.
Yeah, as you rightly point out, it is one of the main routes into Burlington Road, isn't it? Which sweeps through the marina development. Fine. Details are here if you want to look at it anyway with you. With a photograph.
Yeah, I think the issue is a lot of people like the hairdressers and the mechanics and the rapid fit looking somewhere to park. So some park on Battery Road and some park on that part of South Road. And there's not very many other places where they can go, but there we go.
And if they park on both sides, it leads to quite tricky navigation. And there's a nursery right at the front end of the road. There's concerns about potential safety risks there.
Yeah, and it's bad enough before people started parking there, really. But there we go.
Well, now you've got it on the screen. For those of you who haven't seen it,
That was the last application.
it's the house on the left.
You moved it.
Oh, sorry. My fault. My finger just touched it. Okay, are you happy about that? I mean, it'll go on the list.
Somebody sign it.
You do know that the traffic officer will claim what the traffic officer always claims that is part of
So the traffic down.
will work as traffic calm for the area.
Yes, thank you, David Bailey.
Lose their mirrors and confidence.
David, it's North Ward, isn't it? So if you wouldn't mind signing it. Okay, councillors, well, shall we draw the meeting to a conclusion? Any further comments?
So Mike, I just wanted to raise one topic
Yes.
regarding the local plan. So local plan has been sent to the current draft has been sent to the planning inspector. Yeah. And we understand that there will be hearings about the local plan, but they won't start till at least the 5th of October. And as far as I understand it, a hearing involves, if you want the inspector, you go in, talk to him basically if you want to represent your views. So I just wondered if we could write to North Somerset to request that we definitely do want to have our views heard. I just don't want us to fall down a process hole somewhere we don't get asked. So yeah.
And this is specific to Tower Farm mostly, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's I understand. I think the inspector will be looking at Portishead overall. So we obviously need to go to the Portishead Day. I think we will more likely be talking about Tower Farm, what they call Black Rock, which isn't Black Rock, but also Wyndham Way as well at the same time. So I think it's better to talk about all of them in the round with the inspector. Yeah. Junction 19. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I was just going to request that we, or Grace, whoever it is, can just write formally to North Somerset Planning saying we want to be at the hearing. Yeah. No, only the only information I have is what you forwarded to me.
There are some links, aren't there, for the submission?
So you can find the submission online, and one of the residents kindly sent me a paper. He's gone through all the supplementary papers that go with the plan, and lo and behold, most of our comments, if not all of them, have been ignored, and there's still quite a few inaccuracies in the local plan as well, which have been spotted. And it's just a bit frustrating, really.
Which clearly need to be drawn to the attention of whoever is going to be there in representation, if indeed we get.
So yeah, at the very least, we'll be pointing out the errors in the plan, as well as obviously as interpretations as well. Yeah, so that's obviously what we need to do. So I guess we'll have to decide who's going to go along when we find out what the rules of engagement are. But clearly, we need to be represented. Obviously there may be there are expert residents who might want to go along, but there's also district councillors as well. So I'm sure Peter Burden will be going along to represent the Black Rock development.
Do we specifically know at this stage what procedures and dates there are in relation to making that submission to make a request to have a?
No, I don't know anything about the process, so that's why I thought we should write in and just ask the question. So we want to turn up at and represent the town. How do we go about it? Please make sure we get asked. Yeah, so that was it really. Just I think we just need to write a formal letter. To make sure that it's been noted and it doesn't end up as a non-material amendment or something.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Right, okay, councillors, and just to tell you that the next planning meeting is on the 1st of July. Thank you very much, Grace, and all of you. Oh, David.